What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Before we crack on with today's transfer update, make sure, like always, if you want to stay up to date first and fast with all the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube, then make sure you have subscribed to my channel. We've got a few days left of the transfer window for the summer. We'll be back with daily Manchester City transfer videos throughout the January transfer window, and of course we're covering all things Manchester City with lots of City content to come throughout the season for you guys to look forward to. So do make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. 28k subscribers is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We are now less than 900 subs away from that goal. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes once more is the aim, and also don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what you make of these transfers. Let's crack on then with this update, and we've got an update on Adedire Mebude. I hope I've said his name correctly, but David Ornstein says that Mebude is wanted before the transfer window closes, which is 11 p.m. on Thursday. So this Thursday the transfer window does close, September 1st. PSV Eindhoven and Club Brugge are interested in signing Mebude from Manchester City on a permanent deal. Manchester City aren't against selling him on a permanent basis. You'd have thought City would have been looking for a loan, but no, City are happy with a permanent transfer. The only thing Man City want to make sure is included in any permanent transfer here is that there will be a buyback clause included on any deal which would see Mebude leave Manchester City before Thursday's 11 p.m. deadline. So any further updates on that, and of course I will keep you guys up to date with. Now moving on to the final transfer of the outs takes us on to an update on Bernardo Silva, and I'm pleased to say that Pep Guardiola once more has reiterated Bernardo Silva will not leave Manchester City this summer. Official, he stays at Manchester City. That's come via the Manchester Evening News, which is great news. Earlier, PSG apparently had submitted bids 70 million euros, which was rejected by Manchester City. It was reported that Bernardo Silva wasn't happy with that being rejected. There were rumours going around that he'd rejected a new contract at Manchester City. There's also heavy interest from FC Barcelona in Spain as well. When we had that pre-season friendly there last week, all the press wanted to speak about was Bernardo Silva potentially joining Barcelona, and well, basically he got followed for his whole time in Barcelona, with them trying to make a transfer happen, but no transfer to PSG or Barcelona is going to happen for Bernardo Silva. He will stay at Manchester City, which is fantastic news. I think he showed his quality against Crystal Palace and why it's important that we keep hold of Bernardo for this window, and to me he's influential. He's too important for Manchester City to lose, and we need to be doing everything we can to try and get him onto a new contract, and hopefully then rumours of him rejecting a new deal and not wanting to be at Manchester City are false. Obviously he's said no comments whatsoever throughout the summer, kind of just keeping the slate clean there for him to potentially stay at City or potentially to leave Manchester City as well. All avenues are still open, but we do know that Bernardo Silva, he's happy to continue at Manchester City until at least next summer, where he'll go from having 3 years left on his contract to having 2 years left on his contract. So to me, if we can get Bernardo Silva on a new contract between now and next summer, then that to me is as good as any signing that we've made in the last couple of seasons or so, because he's just so important for Manchester City. He'd be a massive loss if he is to leave City at any point, and it'd be a massive bonus for City to keep hold of him. So hopefully we can keep hold of him, but great news that he does stay until at the very, very least in the winter. City don't normally do business in the winter when it comes to players leaving, so I'm not expecting that to happen or any developments really on that until probably next summer. But that doesn't mean PSG, Barcelona and other big European clubs may not want to have a go in the winter transfer window, but as far as the summer is concerned, Bernardo Silva is going to stay at Manchester City, which is brilliant news. Now, moving on to the ins, we've not had any ins news in a while since we've signed Sergio Gomez, which was a couple of weeks ago. Well, we do have a little update on ins. It isn't any player specific right now, but the Sun have put out a really interesting article and said that Manchester City have been given a budget of £100 million to spend in January should Pep Guardiola want any new players. City's squad depth is very short, and I can see Man City potentially going into the winter window if there are injuries with our small squad, maybe having a look at one or two players, and it might be in positions that we're already filled out in. It could be in positions that maybe we're not as strong in as some others. So I'm speaking full-back areas might be something City might want to have a look at. Centre-backs, if we carry on having players continuously injured at centre-back, we have 4 players, but all 4 of them players have had their fair share of injuries, so City could want to have a look at maybe another versatile player that can help cover right across the defence and into midfield as well, who may predominantly be a full-back or a centre-back or a midfielder. Who knows what City might want to do, but Pep Guardiola does like versatile players. That could be City, something City choose to have a look at. It could be maybe having a look at a more direct winger or something along them lines. There's definitely options out there for Manchester City to consider, and I find it very interesting that we've got a price there, £100 million. That's how well Man City have done with their net spend. We've got £100 million to spend if we want to and if we need to in the winter January transfer window. Apparently this money has been put aside for Manchester City. They're going to be scouting the World Cup, which takes place in November and December. City are going to be scouting that and having a look at all the upcoming talents, and any players that City are impressed with, any players that Pep Guardiola is impressed with, then City will have a look at and assess, will that player be right for Manchester City? Would they fit in with City's squad? Would they fit in with how good the Manchester City squad can be? Are they improving on the squad? Would they gel in with the players? Are they the right fit for the club? All this will be considered. If all the boxes does get ticked, then Manchester City could maybe have a look at a player or two in the winter window from a player that does impress at the World Cup, which I find very, very interesting and definitely something to keep an eye on as we go into the Winter World Cup, like I said, taking place throughout from mid-November right through to the middle towards the end of December. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. 500 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to let me know what you think of these transfers in the comments below. Any players you're looking forward to or want to keep an eye on for the World Cup that you think City might want to potentially sign early, I know, but do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. Daily Manchester City transfer updates coming throughout the rest of the summer transfer window for the next few days. We'll be doing this series of games once more in the January winter transfer window. So if you want to stay up to date with all things Manchester City news, transfer news, and all things Manchester City as well, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone has a fantastic bank holiday Monday. Peace. Ciao for now.